Hi, welcome to our Eco-home. We built this as a part of a real-life challenge involving land court farms. It was very challenging to meet the brief, but we did it.
We had set criteria on the design brief that we had to follow. We went to the Land Corp, which is a farm with a lot of single-man quarters. A lot of their current homes are run down and are not energy efficient. The challenge for us was to build a model for a 25-metre square house for a single farm worker that gets all of its energy from renewable sources such as solar and wind. If Land Corp approves, we might be able to build our scale model on their farm for their workers.
We had a professional architect, Phil Shaw from ICR Design in Auckland, come down to provide us with some information about eco-homes. We learned that in the summer, the sun angle is steeper compared to in the winter. We learned that making an eave, it would help prevent sunlight coming in the summer and let the sunlight in the winter. He gave us some tips on what would help us. He showed us some of his scale models that he has created.
We visited an eco-home in the Hauraki Plains that is completely off the grid. It has solar panels that provide electricity and hot water. They also have a big wetback fireplace to heat their house and water. They have 2 windmills, one from the USA and one from China. The American one is providing more power than it was supposed to, but the China one is providing less power than expected.
This is our eco-home that we have been making over the past 2 terms. We started off using SketchUp, Floor Planner and Planner 5D for a rough plan. We used them for basic ideas and what we would have. They worked real well to us.
We went to Hauraki Plains College Woodwork to make our scale model. We first made a cardboard scale model to get our skills right for measuring. We got Mr. Davies, the woodwork teacher, to come down and check it out and help us if we needed any ideas to help us with a better design.
Decided to choose a square house with an eave. In the summer, the sun is on a steeper angle, so the slope in the roof will block out some sun, keeping the home cooler. But in the winter, the sun is on a lower angle, so it will let in some more sun to heat the house for free.
This is what we would use. For our decking, radiata pine sourced and milled locally. Why? Pine is sustainable and it won't have to travel far to be milled, which reduces pollution because the trucks don't produce so much carbon emissions.
For our furniture, we are using Sam Holden at IMO Auckland to provide furniture. Why? Because he uses sustainable materials for all his New Zealand made furniture. Their products are sourced locally.
For our toilet, we would use a composting toilet. Why? It's powered by solar power, no water is needed, it's odorless, eco-friendly and will save money in the long run.
For our wastewater and sewage, we're using Biolytics. Why? It's chemical free and uses 90% less energy than other septic tanks.
For our windows, we're using double glazing and matapihi window frames. Why? The frames are made from sustainable Southland beech and are energy efficient, made in Raglan. For insulation, we are using recycled eco-fleece wool in the wall, ceiling, floor insulation and hot water cylinder wrapping. Why? It is made in New Zealand from recycled wool. It prevents heat loss, condensation and mould in winter, while creating a cooler, more pleasant living environment in summer. Recycled eco-fleece is 2/3 the cost of new eco-fleece and it is sustainable.
For flooring, we are using bamboo flooring. Why? Bamboo is sustainable because it can be grown so quickly. For our fireplace, we are using a pyroclastic log burner. Why? It is clean burning and very efficient. It only needs 1 log in it overnight to keep burning through the night, so it will really save money in the long run.
For our lighting, we are using LED lighting and skylights. Why? Skylights lead in natural light and LED lights contain no hazardous materials and use less power to run. It is sourced locally, so it will be cheaper to buy and will be easier to get and quicker.
For our walls, we are using plywood cladding. Why? Made from sustainable New Zealand pine. It is sourced locally and milled locally, so it won't cost as much or produce as much emissions from trucks.
For solar panels, we are using Suntech CP200 panels. Why? The CP200 is a 200 watt, 24 volt solar panel to suit almost any power requirement.